Anyone who believes in indefinite growth on a physically finite planet is either mad or an economist.
We don't want to focus politics on a notion that involves the rejection of principles around which a large majority of our fellow citizens organize their lives.
We are not as endlessly manipulable and as predictable as you would think.
Our slogan is in Ciudad Saludable, from garbage we changing mind and heart, because we need changing not only here, we need changing here too, because during our work we need convince the authorities, the social leaders, the business leaders, and the citizens. Sometimes the people ask me, why you founded Ciudad Saludable? And I answer, Ciudad Saludable is the change agent. Because we have many questions. Why where the poor people live is dirty? Because the garbage is, where is the garbage? In the developing countries is in the place living the poorest people. Or why the waste pickers, if they are like you, like me, like you, they need looking for the food in the waste? Or why the government is inefficient in the offering the public services, like the collection of the waste? And we talk, we need to create the organization, the change agents. Our focus is the waste management, but not the waste management only. It's the solid waste management with social and economic inclusion of the waste pickers. Because it's incredible. In any countries, in developing countries, in the first country, there are waste pickers. In Peru, there are 108,000 families living in the dams, picking the garbage in the streets. In the Latin America, there are 4 million. Around the world is 15 million. In many countries, the municipality spend the money collecting the garbage, and after that, put in the river, put in the sea, put in the agricultural areas, and they building the big dams. And of course, there are water pollution, soil pollution, air pollution, and living thousands of people in this area. When the waste pickers working in the street, it's incredible. The municipality contract the police and persecution day. I say, why you spend money in this for the persecution and you don't include it? We implementing the pilot projects, the first time in Lima in the slums when I living, but after that we understood we need changing not only in the slums, not only in the rural areas, we need changing in the big cities too, like Lima, like Buenos Aires, Rio de Janeiro, but someday we understood we need changing the policy influence. In 2009, Peru was the first country approved the law. When I arrived to Lima, I discovered this mountain of garbage. This is the same in Peru, in the jungle, in the mountain, in the coast. Now we're beginning in India. It's incredible, it's the same, or worse. We see the children, we see the mothers with the children and working, but they understood the garbage is not a problem. The garbage is the opportunity, because here there are money. But of course, we need change in this photograph. Our model is very simple. We're working with many stakeholders. We're working with the media, with the central government, the local government, the private sector, the schools, the universities. In the first time, we work in the consolidation. Now, we are already the scaling of our models. And we implementing new healthy cities around the world, I hope. We have social benefits because we create the dignity job. If in your home you separate the garbage, the recyclable materials, and the organic waste, and non-recyclable, if we organize the selective collection with the waste pickers, we're changing. Because they don't work more in the dump, they don't live more in the street. They collect in the garbage and clean materials, and they have more higher price for they. When we just begin with the waste pickers in the dump or in the street, we're talking with they, because in the first time we need to create the confidence. Because they say, all the time the people come and robbery me or persecute me. But why you help me? Who are you? And we need to explain in the first years. Now it's easy because now we don't talk. Other waste pickers talking with their other waste pickers. Now it's easy. We have the economic benefits too. The municipalities save 20% the budget if they working with the waste pickers. Because now they have the contract with the big companies, and the big company, they pay for the ton they collecting and put in the river or put in the sanitary landfill. But if they working with the waste pickers, they don't pay, because the waste pickers, after that, selling the materials and pay the salary and pay the vacation and pay the social security, but they don't, they save the money. Now in our law, we include the economic incentive. For example, if you separated the garbage in your home, and after that give me, I am a waste picker, I give you a bonus. I have agreement, of course, I am a registration in the municipality. The municipality give me the bonus and give you. After that, at the end of the month, when you go to pay the tax, you have 20% discount. But of course, we have the environmental benefits too. For example, in Peru, in 2009, the waste pickers recuperate 290 tons of the materials. Only with the percent, the paper and cardboard, we save 2 million trees. We don't fall. But we save water, we save energy, because in the process into the manufacturing, we save. We transform the people living in the dump in the entrepreneurs. Our environmental education program is mobilizing many students from schools, because we believe if we're teaching the teachers training the students training the parents, and we close the circle. Now in Peru, the last years, the financial minister give the incentives to the municipalities implementing the law. Because we need, the law is important, but if we don't working for implementing the law is not working alone. We need press, we need working with all stakeholders. For us, it's very important we create the capacity, the local capacity. When we beginning in the new country, we don't open the branch. We're looking for the other social entrepreneurs, and we have agreements. And we transfer all our methodology, our strategy, our toolbox, because we need many organizations, many social entrepreneurs, many public leaders, private leaders copy our models and expanding, because our dream is Ciudad Saludable disappears soon. Because if Ciudad Saludable disappears, this is good, because the problem is solved.
On the entrepreneurship side, what do you think it is that changes really this fundamental self-perception that these people have from seeing themselves as lacking in power, lacking in ability to change something, not feeling they have any worth or value, to suddenly describing themselves as entrepreneurs, as business people, as people who can talk equally with managers? What's the chemistry that you create to create these entrepreneurs and realize that they can do it themselves?
if you give they the opportunity, it's incredible the change they. They are arriving early, they working so hard, because they need only the opportunity and the trust and the confidence. I think if you're working for create the opportunity for the world is better.
If, as I gather, you're now taking this to India, obviously, trying to extend and spread that model internationally, have you yet found any differences culturally or politically in trying to extend a model that grew up in South America in a place as culturally different as India? And how are you contending with those challenges now? What's that look like?
Yeah, it's a big challenge.
Yeah.
Because in Latin America, our way speakers is poorest. In India, it's miserable. And of course, the culture too, because when we talk with this, I talk with the women, they say, this is my karma. Maybe in this life I'm poor, maybe in the next life I'm rich. But I say, this is your karma, but not your children's. You need to break the poverty now, not the next life. Now, because you have children. But it's slowly, it's not immediately.
But there must have been times when, in giving voice and power, you came across other groups and other vested interests for whom that was a threat. And you couldn't construct a scenario in which everyone wins, because either through no fault, one particular group loses out. So, for example, as I understand, the intermediaries before, who the waste pickers used to give their waste to sell on to the recycling companies, went out of business because the waste pickers now organized on a big enough scale that they didn't need those intermediaries. But also, I guess, more malign, organized crime, for example. You mentioned the mafia. There must have been a lot of other vested interests who didn't want this to succeed. How did you manage to overcome these big kind of groups who didn't want you to?
Yeah, we are brave.
Yeah.
No, in the dams, for example, there are mafia. 2 months ago, I visited the big dump in Guatemala. In Guatemala, there are 10,000 families working the dump in Guatemala. And there are 10 families moving the mafia. All the others waste pickers selling the materials they. If the people don't selling they have the maras, contract the maras. Maras is the guns, and after that they killing if they don't selling. For example, a big bag, the plastic, they selling into the dump, these families, in 30 quetzals. If they can't outside selling, is 120. But the unique possibility is if you working with the base and talking with they and they organizing. And we support the new leaders. And the unique possibility is they've organizing and they don't work more in the dump. We need implementing the selective collection, and they go out. If you go out 10, 15, 100, no more people working in the dump. This mafia don't have who they press, no?
You changed their market. They don't have the market anymore.
Of course, but this is slowly, no? We can't. We demonstrated it's possible. Oh, of course, they say, I'm killing you. I say, oh, I know someday I dead, but when my God decided, if my God decided you kill me, poor you, because you need to return again in the other life and learning. It's better for me because maybe I understood small times and the next life is better for me, but not for you. No? And they don't killing me? Yeah.